Welcome to the Hustle Wing podcast. Today we are joined by Buchi Reddy, the founder and CEO of Levo.ai, and he's going to chat to us a little bit about himself and get to know his company. Thank you so much for your time today, Buchi. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much, Izzy, for this opportunity. I'm pleased to be here.
Great, great. So tell me, what is Levo.ai? What do you guys do?
Yeah, Levo.ai is an API observability and security product. What do? We help enterprises which have APIs, which is pretty much like most of the enterprises or most of the companies have APIs. We help
Hmm.
them to understand their APIs better and make sure their APIs are secure. So this is just to give an example, you are using, most likely you might be using some banking app for your
Hmm.
personal banking. That bank has APIs underneath that applications, and we want to make sure that those APIs are secure so that people like yourselves don't lose money,
Hmm.
and the banks don't lose their reputation.
Okay. So explain to me like five, well, like I'm five. What is an API?
Yeah, I mean, so API application programming interface, but it's basically like it has become like a building block in building the overall applications these days in the
Okay.
technology world. Um, but in simple terms, uh, it's like a contract, or in the programming world. Oh my God, like, okay, this is a great question. I didn't realize how do you explain to 5-year-old, but yeah, it's a building block
Sorry.
in actually. No worries. Actually, I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
It's a building block in building the modern applications. It
Okay.
takes some inputs, does some processing, and it gives some outputs, and
Hmm.
you actually bring together so many such building blocks to actually make the overall application.
Yeah.
So it's almost like 5-year-olds are playing with lots of Lego blocks.
Okay.
It's like a piece in that Lego block, and you need
Okay.
lots of these pieces to actually make the full Lego. So it's a Lego block.
Okay. Cool.
So in that sense, you want to make sure that each and every Lego block is actually of perfect fit and size and quality, and so that the final product comes out well, right? I mean, you apply the security lens. You want to make sure that every one of those building blocks is actually secure, so that overall application is secure.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, that sounds fair enough. So, is it only for applications or is it for websites as well?
Yeah, I mean, website, people call that also as interchangeably, but typically, like most of the, if you have a website, if you have a mobile application, these days they are backed by web app. I mean, so these
Uh-huh.
days they are backed by applications. So yes, it is irrespective of whether you have web app or mobile app or whatever, as long as they have APIs, our product can help them. But typically,
Okay.
we see the not everybody sees the APIs and the security of it equally important.
Mm.
Like I said, the banking or fintech or the ones that see it very importantly. But there are other segments like the modern technology companies or some of these healthcare, where the data and privacy of it is very important. So they all care about it.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense. So, Buchi, why did you start Levo.ai? Where was the gap there?
Yeah, so I mean, just to add a little bit about myself, right? Like I come from engineering background. I've been an engineering leader at several companies in the Silicon Valley. I've been living there for 11 plus years now. Um, I worked at few companies, and when I was at App Dynamics, one of the like I spent 5 years, close to 5 years in App Dynamics. A lot of people know that company. I
Okay.
was there. I went through this myself. Like we like AppDynamics got acquired by Cisco. When Cisco came in, Cisco team holds themselves for a lot higher security standards. And when they came in and they were looking at the applications built by AppDynamics, and they were asking several questions, and they were forcing us like, hey, why didn't you take care of some of these security problems correctly?
Mm.
And then I was thinking like, okay, how are other companies doing it, and how are they making sure that their APIs are secure, applications are secure?
Yeah.
And after that, last 5 years I was spent in this industry, but I saw an opportunity where proactively taking care of APIs or API security was a huge gap, and that's
Mm.
what motivated me to start this company.
Yeah.
Lot of companies are actually leaving this for too late, or like putting untested applications in production, which really concerns me.
Mhm.
So that's actually impacting the security of even personal data, like you and me, who is, or our kids, who are actually spending a lot of time on online forums and all.
Yeah.
So I felt like this is a very important problem to be solved for us and future generations. So digital security is really important. Securing
Mhm.
the data is really important, and that starts at securing these APIs, in my opinion.
Oh no.
Okay.
Okay, you're back. Sorry, you just disappeared for a moment there. So you were saying how important it is for, applications to be secure because our information's out in the open like that. And they're a bit of an afterthought, which is true. I mean, cybersecurity is only sort of on the come up recently. So it's nice that you're getting there and securing those that because like that whole sphere is just can get very complicated.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your long term vision for AI? Levo.ai.
Yeah, I think there is, again, some of it is technical, but fundamentally going back to that, like I want a better digital secure world for this and future generations.
Yeah,
Keeping our data secure and private is really important, and I want Levo to play a pretty important and big role in making sure that people's data and enterprises data is actually kept secure, and it's never getting into the wrong party's hands.
yeah,
That's the simpler way of putting it, but getting technical, like, enterprises are struggling to keep up with the number of applications they are releasing, number of APIs they are releasing. So we have suite of products to help enterprises to first observe and get visibility into what's going on,
mm,
and then proactively test these applications and APIs to make sure they are secure. And we have much bigger vision, but like with the cloud and new technologies, every company's footprint of applications and APIs is growing rapidly, and
yeah,
it's a massive problem, and there is a lot to be done there. We are
yeah,
working with several very large enterprises. Some of them are Fortune 100 companies, large fintech companies, even some of them are even public companies.
yeah,
Making them successful is our immediate goal,
yeah.
and helping hundreds of such companies is our short-term, mid-term goal.
Nice. Nice, very noble. I love that. So what are some of the challenges that you guys are facing currently at Levo.ai?
I mean, several challenges. This product itself is not easy to build, and and there is a lot of education that we have to do in the market, because not everybody understands it and prioritizes it the same way. We have to
Yeah,
educate, and also we have to understand different requirements from customers.
yeah,
And then global or macroeconomics is also not so great right now. Some of the companies, a lot of customers are actually holding off instead
yeah,
of spending a lot of budget right now. That is
yeah,
another challenge. So you have to make sure that you actually continue the business as is, even when the traction is a bit less or something.
yeah,
That's so multiple challenges, I think, but we are a pretty lean team, and we have very good investors.
yeah.
Fortunately, that has not been that big of a problem.
Okay.
All of our energy we channel towards the product and technical problems, so that we solve the right things for our customers.
Yeah. Okay, great. Amazing. So then what sort of assistance would you need from our community?
Yeah, I think we, being a small team, obviously we don't have all the skill sets. I
Yeah,
think UI UX is one area where I would like to see if there is people there, and marketing in general, specifically in the marketing content, product marketing,
yes.
and writing some great stories. Like, I mean, we have our customer stories, but taking them and converting them into and telling them in a way that really comes out very well is another area. So these
Yeah.
are the areas that we are looking for help in the short term.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Amazing. Okay, great. We could definitely, get you in contact with the right people in terms of UIX. Our design, function is very, very capable. And same with marketing. We do have some top marketers in that function as well. So that would not be an issue. So I noticed since APIs has to do with security and stuff, is there like a legal element to the side of your company?
So let me make sure I understand your question correctly.
Yeah.
What do you mean by the legal element?
Is there sort of
Oh, okay.
any, sorry?
Yeah, I think maybe I understood your question, but are you asking, do we need any legal help?
Yeah, like do you guys come across contracts and things like that, or is that not part of?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are working with very large enterprises, and there is always contracts and legal due diligence and all of that.
Yeah.
Uh, Although we have a team that we have been working with, so fortunately we
Okay.
are covered there. So we do
Yeah.
need a lot of legal help, but fortunately we are covered. And right now I'm not looking for more help,
Okay.
but maybe in future.
Yeah, of course, of course. All right. Well, thank you so much, Buchi, for your time. Obviously, it's been lovely chatting to you, and I'm glad now I know what an API is. Thank you for that. But it was lovely to chat to you, and we'll definitely be connecting again soon.
Likewise, Izzy. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and seems like a very active and great community hustling. And I will check out more details, and I would love to work with some of the people from the community.
Amazing.